What's good, guys? Welcome back to my new YouTube video. As you can tell, I'm speaking in English because I just thought maybe I should start talking a little bit more in English so I'm going to reach more people on YouTube. And yeah, I'm not that bad in English, but I'm not like the best, but yeah, I'm trying my best. And yeah, today I'm going to be reacting on Jack Doherty is completely fricked now. This video got 13k likes and 355k views after 4 days. Not bad, not bad. I actually like Jack Doherty. I'm like not a big hater. Like everybody's the most hated person in the internet. I do not get every point that haters have, but some points of course, but I'm actually like more for Jack Doherty. I actually like that kid. I think he actually understood a lot and understood how to make money and how to how the internet works. I actually think he's so good at his job, and sometimes he's a little bit too controversial, but it's okay. He did some wrongs, but he's always right. No, I'm just kidding. And yeah, I'm just gonna start now.
Jack Doherty is somehow getting more pathetic. Right, so last time we talked about Jack, he was apparently getting robbed at gunpoint. He was
not apparently, he actually got robbed at gunpoint. There were literally so much cops and so much people surrounded him. Yeah, that it was not staged. It was definitely not staged. Like, how can you stage that? If you actually staged that, that would have been a crazy thing. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy how you can like actually think that's staged. I don't know.
Apparently filing a police report. I personally still don't buy that story at all. But anyways, after that, he went on the Adam 22 podcast. They had a bonding moment. They both love being pucked and humiliated by the internet, so they got along very well. Jack was talking about how his ex-girlfriend is a holy girl. You know, the same girl who promotes her OnlyFans to 12-year-olds. And yeah, Jack was also confronted on the George Janko podcast for just being a horrible person in general. You know, doing all that pimp stuff, exploiting young girls, signing them up for OF, usual cringe type of bullshit. Well, since then, a lot has gone down. Apparently, he's recorded himself committing another crime now. He's literally like breaking into homes. He's also been faking stunts for attention. He realized that when he almost died in that car crash, it kind of went viral. So he became obsessed with the whole car.
Just a little bit, guys. Just a little bit. Not very much. Just some views, like 200-300 views. Not much.
Crashing thing. He's also being humiliated by his favorite rapper.
That was actually so funny.
Just stole his chain in front of his face and told him to call the cops. Just kind of humiliated him while Jack was crying for about 20 minutes.
He was not crying, but it was very funny.
Up too much because I'm obviously focused on my world-renowned legendary Gordon Ramsay 10 out of 10 saga. But yeah, I just wanted to check in, see what's up with the squad. Shout out to Atozy and 15 Minutes of Shame for their coverage as well. Also, follow me on Instagram. Legend says if I hit 1,000 followers, I'll finally do a muscle up. God damn it. Anyways, let's begin with Jack breaking and entering into a house and streaming it live. Classic IRL streamer, zero brain cells. Apparently, he used to be like living in this house before like 4 years ago.
He was like at his old house. He lived there, I don't know, like for a few months, not long, and it's now an Airbnb. And literally nobody was at that house. There was no car. Nobody was renting it at the moment. And then, I don't know, he just wanted to show his old house, like, real quick. So he jumped the fence with his cameraman and his girlfriend, I think. And, yeah, I don't know, he just showed the stream a little bit of the house, but he didn't break, like, he trespassed the property, but didn't break into the house. And, yeah, that's, like, he was on the property, like, for 2 minutes, 1.5 minutes, and nobody lived there. Of course, it's not legal. Of course not, but not that deep.
So that's why he wanted to visit it. But obviously now it's somebody else's house, so you can't just break in the middle of the night.
I used to walk here all the time, and I'd be like, "Ooh, dude." This is Michael. Were you friends with me at this house?
I've been here.
I would wear all my jewelry, no security guard, be a drunk ass. I don't remember half the nights. Like I lived at this house and I got so drunk. But I would literally live right here. We would walk here all the time, took Ubers out. Way country. That was fun. I was like 18. I was 18 when I moved here. Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah, the girlfriend he ordered off of Temu is definitely not
That's actually Temu McKinley.
in anything Jack is saying here. She's more focused on playing Flappy Bird on her phone. I guess he paid her to show up, but not enough to actually give a fuck. Anyways, after this, he gets out of his kidnapping van and then he starts like scouting the
That's
house.
just crazy.
I was like, this is my OG house. Look like no one's living here.
Yeah, obviously nobody was in that house at the moment. And yeah, he jumped the fence. Not okay, of course. It's illegal. I wouldn't have done it because you can literally just get shot, but not that deep to like, I don't know. He didn't even post it anywhere, like on Instagram or anything. Of course not. He's not that dumb, but
I lived in this house 3 years ago when I first came to Florida, and I lived here for like 10 months, and then it flooded on me. And there was a crazy storm, and there was water up to here. Like there was water all the way up to here, and then we would walk. We had to walk out of the house and evacuate with like the dogs and like
that hurricane was so insane. Actually, it was so insane. Really, like everything was just destroyed. It was crazy, that hurricane. I don't even know what name it is. Ian or yeah, I think it was Ian. It was crazy. It was really crazy.
Dogs. We'd walk all the way down the road, like mile down the road in waist deep of water, not even knowing where we were going because it was just insane. This whole entire neighborhood flooded, except that house. That house didn't get touched. His
Lamborghini
Bro,
too. It was really everything was underwater.
Imagine you're in this house, right? It's like 10 p.m. or whatever, and all you see in the dark of night is this broccoli head ass outside your house, you know, with a camera, a flashlight, and he got his.
Everybody has that haircut. Everybody. 2025. Everybody has that haircut. Not just Jack. Everybody has that broccoli head.
Two goons like Jesse and James from Team Rocket, right? And I feel like I'm just gonna assume you're trying to rob me, right? Because I didn't really order delivery at 10 p.m. or whatever. I'm not expecting anyone. Certainly not expecting a giant douchebag. So I
just crazy that story that trespassing was actually not that deep into it. He's just clout chasing.
Cameraman also points out that there's probably not a good idea. They have like security cameras.
Of course they do.
Security cameras. Oh wait, maybe this isn't a good idea, Jack.
I'm used to getting the gate.
Oh wait, yeah, maybe not.
What?
Maybe not. His camera.
Bro, what are you doing?
This is OD.
Okay, quick translation there. That guy kind of talks like a mumble rapper. He said there's a security camera. Maybe this isn't a good idea. Maybe not, right?
I can understand him perfectly.
What else?
I don't know
isn't
what
a
kind
good
of problem
idea?
you have.
Probably being a cameraman for Jack Doherty. I feel like that's a fucking dumbass career choice, right? If the past is any indication, you know what this guy does. You know this guy constantly gets in trouble. You know this guy's hated by the entire internet. Why the hell would you willingly sign up for this job? And you think you're not going to get in trouble because you're the cameraman, but you're probably going to get a charge too, because if we look at Vitaly in the Philippines, when he committed those crimes, they went after him and they put him in prison, but they also went after his Filipino cameraman because he was helping him do all the shit, commit all those crimes. So you're not exactly innocent here either, right?
Just
You're
like two best friends that do this stuff like that.
his crimes here, and you're basically aiding him.
He has
in
a
his
choice. It's not like he doesn't have a choice. I don't know if you have a choice if you're working for Jack Doherty. I'm just kidding, but yeah.
sort of
So he
bullshit.
doesn't really have a choice. No.
Like, come on, you can't be this untalented that you actually gotta work for Jack as a career.
Oh, it's right there. Look, you see it? Right here, look, up more. It's that right there. That thing to pull.
You're on this side.
It's right here. Check, I'm looking at it. Look, the thing to pull. See it right there?
There we go.
Bro, this story is so long. That was actually kind of funny. Dave, his security guard, just ding dong ditched his old neighbors. It was kind of funny, but nothing happened.
The night ruined their sleep as well. I mean, they're probably gonna be scared as well
was
because
just funny.
somebody's at the doors so late at night. Like, they're probably gonna think it's some sort of intruder, which it is, which it kind of is. So yeah, don't cry when you get shot eventually, because that's what's gonna happen if you keep doing the shit. Anyways, that was like part
Actually,
one.
it's kinda
Let's move
true.
on to his apparent car crash in Dubai. So he says that he rented a car from this guy, and then his girlfriend crashed it. But as usual with Jack,
I
it
can't even
obviously looks-
really imagine he lets a girl drive his car. That's like, that is kind of weird. I can't really believe that. I'm not gonna lie.
staged as shit.
But yeah, of course the accident was not staged, real, but yeah.
Oh my God. Christy!
Is it bad?
Yes, it's bad. Are you okay? Are you okay? Bro, this is why I don't let you drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack immediately asking how she is, if she's okay. That is the number one sign of this being fake. Because if you remember, Jack's authentic reaction after a car crash, like in the real car crash with the McLaren, is him immediately asking, is my car okay? Is the equipment okay? Can I film it? Etc, etc, etc. Basically, everything that is related to clout and stuff like that and his material possessions. Nothing about the guy next to him who's bleeding in his face, his cameraman.
They were both okay, and they both knew it, that they were both okay, and that's why it's just like they're influencers. They, like, he is, but he's his cameraman, and they just want to get viral. And he knew that he lost a lot of money through that car crash, and tried to get it a little bit back at least. And they're just, it's like everybody would do that actually. They're like both okay, like, so not just Jack Doherty that would do that. He's just the only one that doesn't get hurt, so he's still able to do it. Just kidding.
Gravely injured, no level of empathy for him at all. His first priority is always preserving his own wealth, right? Also, if you look at that wall, it barely has a scratch on it. Like, literally the paint has just come off, and that's something you can literally do with your hands, like clawing at the wall as well. And
I'm not really sure about that crash either. It's a little bit weird, but I'm just gonna believe it. I'm just not gonna say anything about it. I'm not sure.
Expects us to believe that that is the car.
I'm not gonna give it any attention.
The wall, not a scratch on any of them, by the way. So this is like the worst acting.
Not
I've
even
ever
the airbag
seen. This
is out.
Another pathetic stunt by Jack. Okay, so you're probably watching the video right now, enjoying your daily Pegasus video. Maybe you're having breakfast or lunch.
No.
Maybe you're watching from work.
So guys, it's actually 10 p.m. I'm not eating breakfast.
Your break. Maybe you're back from school. Plenty of possibilities. And out of nowhere.
What? Oh my god.
That's right, baby. A Frogan flashbang in a Jack Doherty video where you suckers.
That dude is kind of weird.
I
think he got it. Oh my god,
now you guys are gonna be
scary.
perpetually terrified for
Scared
every
me.
video for the rest of time.
I don't want to
can
watch
just
him
drop
anymore.
it
I'm scared.
anytime, Okay,
Oh my
I'm
god,
not gonna do it
that's-
twice. I'm
yeah,
not
please
that
not.
evil, guys. But yeah, that is now the
God.
official blood price for
Get that,
watching a
dude.
Pegasus video.
Not gonna
I
get
gotta
like-
balance your dopamine levels, you know? So after this, he calls like the car rental place and he says, yeah, I just broke your
I'm not
car,
gonna
bro.
give that any attention, actually. I don't want to give it any attention. A weird crash. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't even really want to know. And yeah, not really into that. Just happened so suddenly. He was in Dubai, and then he just didn't post anything about that crash. And like 7 days or like 8 days after he came back from Dubai, he was in Florida for like 5 days already, and then he posted all of that, and that was just kind of weird. That's why I'm not going to go into that subject, but yeah.
How long ago was this? Because how is Jack possibly paying for
He's
any
good
of this?
at crashing in general.
This guy was trying to pull like insurance fraud just a while back, right? So I don't know. I feel like he's using the leftover money from his ex's OnlyFans, literally just burning through all his life savings, because this guy obviously has no idea how to save money or anything like that. But I don't know. If you're dumb enough to rent to this guy after you've seen what he's done on the internet, I mean, you kind of deserve it at this point, right? You should never trust this guy.
I'm gonna be honest, what did he like do that's so bad in this video? He broke into a house that was an Airbnb. Nobody lived there. It was his old house. He was making sure that nobody was there. He just jumped the fence, went a few feet, and then went back immediately. No problem. The crash, I don't know, something happened. His girlfriend apparently crashed it. Happens. He didn't really even post it on Instagram or TikTok. What's so bad about him in this video? Didn't really see
any
it.
sort of expensive equipment. But I do feel bad for the guy if he actually didn't know who he was initially. Now we know that basically everything Jack ever said that he owned was like rented or leased or borrowed. Basically none of this stuff was ever his, and he was just using other people's stuff.
I don't even care if his Lambo is rented or not. Way more expensive to rent it than just to buy it and have it. So it's like actually more of a flex when you rent it. I don't even care.
He even admits that his chain is also just lent to him by the jewelry store. So it's actually confirmed that Jack is one of those rejects who tries to get all of these fancy things in order to create an impression on social media, to brag about being rich and stuff like that and living this lavish lifestyle, when in reality,
I don't actually think he's
doesn't
bragging.
even own any of this stuff. And now I'm wondering, did he even own the McLaren that he happened to crash?
Oh my
because
God.
that was actually...
Of course, I don't know if you actually earned it, but owned it, but I would say yeah, but if he didn't, I don't really care.
one of Jack's real stunts, because that could not have possibly been faked. He hydroplaned and everything like that. This guy definitely
That was kind of weird because he actually predicted his accident. That's why I'm like kind of, yeah, I don't know. He actually did
money or something
hydroplane,
like
actually.
that, because
I
there's
think.
no other way he's getting out of these situations. But anyways, let's move on to Lil Baby, right? So apparently Jack is like a big fan of this rapper, right? And he paid him like $200K to attend one of his parties, and then at the party he got completely ignored or something.
Jumping up on stages, I get 200 an occasion.
Lil Baby basically takes Jack's 200K chain. Apparently this one's also 200K. I wonder if this is the same one that got stolen or whatever. But yeah, this guy just takes his chain and refuses to give it back.
My chain, bro. No, bro. I need that chain, dog. No.
I don't actually think it was staged. Of course, it was staged from Lil Baby because he gave it back, but it wasn't staged from Jack. I don't think so.
Bro, I need it right now, dog. Bro, we're not doing... No, bro, you're not taking that, bro. What? All right, bro, it's on camera. Like, wait. Yo. I got you. Coach, the right, coach. Coach, the right, coach. Yo.
He just talks about Jack Doherty's... He just talks about Jack's chain getting stolen, like, I don't know how many minutes, from 17 to 24, like almost 10 minutes just about his chain getting stolen. Lil Baby stole his chain. It was just a prank from Lil Baby, and to get views, and that's it. Nothing bad behind it, in my opinion. Just for content from his side. Like, Jack actually was... I don't think he was involved in it. He got pranked, and yeah, I actually think it was kind of funny and not bad. So yeah, guys, I'm not gonna like that video. This is one of my first video in English. I hope you liked it, and yeah, if you did, please drop a like and comment what I could do better. But please don't hate me, guys, because I'm learning. No, but just comment your opinion, maybe even on Jack. I actually know your opinion already. You hate him, but of course I'm not 100% on his side, but more on his side than on the haters' side, because I actually just think he's one of those, just such a smart kid or dude. He's just so smart, and I actually think smarter than any of these haters. And yeah, he actually lives off these haters, so you're promoting him. Like, I think like actually haters are so dumb. Like, but other topic. Yeah, guys, so subscribe and like my video, and we'll see each other in the next one. Peace out.